Hello, thanks for tapping in. My name's Jaxie. You can call me Joey. I wanted to do a series for this upcoming Bandai Card Fest in Las Vegas, kind of as a memento for myself, but also maybe offer advice for anyone that may be competing. Today, I wanted to talk about setting expectations. The reason I wanted to talk about setting expectation is because you never really know what's going to happen at any given event. Events are unpredictable, chaotic. Some are ran really well but have delays. Some are ran really poorly and cause an entire dumpster fire for everyone involved. More often than not, though, that's never in your control. Every event comes with a mountain of anxiety. At least me personally, that's what I feel. I have a lot of fun, no doubt, but I've been competing in card games for almost 15 years now. I guess 13 years in terms of just actually competing. Been competing since I was 15. I'm now 28. I still get a whole heap of anxiety before every event, during every event. I consistently have to go take walks, deal with it in my own special ways. And I know it's common for a lot of card game players. You know, competing and even competing at a high level doesn't necessarily make that go away. I started competing when I was 15. I got my first major Vanguard top when I was 16. Kind of, went on a great run from 16 to 18 where we won team league. I went to multiple nationals, 3 nats, 2 worlds invites, competed in a bunch of other team leagues and regionals events where I did well in all of them relatively. It was during this time where even though I was gaining a lot of experience, I was having a lot of fun, I was really going on a great run, my anxiety never went away. At that time when I was competing as a kid, my expectations were relatively low. My first event, my goal was just to win the first 2 rounds. Even as I started to compete more and more and higher, I remember going to my first nationals. I lost the entire night before. I played my brother all night and he was just cooking me. My goal going into the next morning was, hey, just win your first round. Like, just keep it simple. Just win your first round, see how it goes. Before I knew it, I was undefeated in Swiss and I lost in top 4, but it was low expectations. It was making sure that I wasn't too overblown. I did that naturally as a kid, mostly because I was insecure, but I also was still, I still dreamed of raising every trophy. I took a break from Vanguard going into school from about 2016 to 2019. I'd compete maybe once a year at that time and didn't really keep up too closely with the game. All my friends were back home and I was in a new city. So it was particularly difficult to just kind of keep up with the game at that time. With my girlfriend at the time, life was going well. My friends Alex and James got me into Digimon. They were really excited about it. They had already been playing it and they wanted to try to get me in. I love these guys. I've been playing with them since we were kids. So we have almost a decade plus of card games together. I came in expecting to do decent. I thought I had good fundamentals. I thought I played well. I knew what it meant to grind and to practice and to analyze metas. But I was, pretty humbled by the difficulty of the game. The fundamentals are just very different. Digimon's unlike any game that I've ever competed in before, but I think I was a little more entitled than I initially thought. I remember when I played in my first online regionals, I got 28th. And you might be seeing that and say, 28th isn't that bad. Like, what are you freaking out about? But for me, it was the worst event I had ever done. Like, it's the worst I had ever done in an event. And I remember being like, dang, like, what the heck happened? The first nationals that year, I got 101. But not terrible. I got the good prizing, but not enough to make day 2. I remember walking away confused and disappointed. And the confusion I'll touch on in another video. But the disappointment came from didn't realize how much fun I was having with the game and how much doing well meant to me because of that. Ultimately, it came from misplaced expectations. I took a break, kind of didn't realize what I was getting into and didn't really think about it. When I was a kid, I set those expectations naturally without really thinking about it. But as an adult, you have so much more on your mind that I didn't really take the time to think about it. And it reminded me of a scene in Haikyuu. if you've seen it. I'm a big anime fan, manga fan as well. Haikyuu has a scene with Daichi, the captain, where they have a flashback just before their finals match for their regional. And in this scene, the team lacks resources. The team isn't really unified. But ultimately, everyone joined the team because they thought they were powerhouses and they expected to do well. But that wasn't the case, and for a multitude of reasons I'm not going to bore you with. And at the end, the captain of the team at that time was like, hey, we're going to win nationals. But they didn't have the resources. They didn't have any real good practice. It was kind of a pipe dream. And they laughed at him. They were like, let's just try to win our first game. And they were right. They were right to think that way. They were right to do so. Everyone wants to win. Nobody goes into an event wanting to lose. I mean, very rarely. Some people might just because they're there to have fun, but nobody really goes into an event wanting to lose. And that's okay. I think the dreamers and all of us want to win, imagine ourselves hosting the trophy, and really want to try to get to that peak. But it's not a plan. And it's not a mindset, and it's not even a measurement of improvement if all we do is think about win or bust, especially in card games, especially in Digimon, when we have to deal with, variants out the wazoo, something out of security can sack us and it's GG's, or you play, you're 20 cards into your deck and you don't have a level 4. It's just crazy. Or for my Gundam players, you have all these broken cards in hand, but no pilots. It's like GG's. The game is just kind of, sometimes the games just don't go your way, and that's always going to happen. I understand we can't help picturing ourselves at top and lifting the trophy and having a great time, but everyone starts at the bottom in a tournament. It's a mountain for everyone. Doesn't matter how many tournaments you won in the past, doesn't matter how many games you played in the past. Everyone starts at the bottom. What's the point of having a win or bust mindset and setting yourself up for nothing but despair and disappointment and not really improving after that? The saying goes, hope deferred makes the heart sick. It's okay to hope to win and want to win, but we still need to take time to sit and set our expectations. And so what's the point? My point is, if you're going into the Bandai Card Fest, Las Vegas, or just competing in general, at your next major event, if you're really serious, sit down and set your expectations. In 2025, this year, at the Orlando Card Fest, I had taken a long break in 2023 because it was Black Org, Bills, Anubis, Apocally, and it was just bad Digimon in my opinion. I didn't really want to play in it. And so I came back in 2024, qualified for Nats, the 2024 Nats, which was in Orlando this year. And my goal was simple. I wanted to make day 2. I had never made day 2. I'd yet to conquer that. I'd gotten 34th and like 36, always falling short. And I wanted to make day 2, well, specifically with Dominion. And so I set that goal with the help of my friends, a lot of practice. I did it. And it was awesome. And it wasn't much. I made day 2, got into day 2. I lost in 11 minutes. I was the first person out. It was really funny. I mean, I immediately got cooked, and I just became Momin's cheerleader for the rest of the day as he went on to get second. But I remember leaving that event, leaving that weekend feeling incredibly satisfied and incredibly, my head was able to be held high. Going into this next nationals, top 32 feels a little too low stakes, and so does top 16. So I want to set the goal of I'm going to aim for top 8. Top 8 scares me. It's a little more gutsy. It's, a lot harder to envision, but I want top 8. And, I want to be a top 8 player in America and be able to say that I have that achievement. And so I'm going to go for it. And if I don't hit it, we'll use that as a measurement to improve for the future tournaments. If I do hit it, I'm going to hold my head high and be proud. And maybe I go all the way. But I challenge you, to anyone watching this and competing, set expectations. Be realistic, sit down. What do you want out of the game? Maybe you just want to have fun. Maybe you just want to go hang out with your friends. We're going to Las Vegas, man. It's a great time and great place to do it. I don't know where else would be better. So if that's your goal, man, come have a great time. Be a great sport. I know I have some friends who are doing just that, and that's awesome. And if you want to compete and try to get something more, be it Gundam, One Piece, Digimon, whatever you're competing in, sit down, set some expectations. The former captain ends the flashback with this saying, "Chance favors the prepared mind." I hope this helps anyone that is practicing or preparing for the upcoming Bandai Card Fest, and anyone really competing in general. I'm hoping to continue the series. I'm going to do a couple more videos on it. If you have any topics, feel free to let me know. Ultimately, if you like this type of content, I'm hoping to do a lot more. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's going to help me a lot. And thank you so much. I'm Jaxie. Thank you for tabbing into Jaxie Tab. Signing off.